Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another 10 Car Tuesday episode. And this episode is going to be the Ferrari F40. And that's all it's going to be, is the Ferrari F40. I've got 9 Ferrari F40s of Hot Wheels variety to show you. And we're going to open all 9 of them up. And then I got 1 Matchbox to show you of a Ferrari F40 from about the same era as the Hot Wheels ones. So we're going to kind of compare the two at the end of the video. And yeah, so we'll get started. It's hard to kind of, these are blue cards, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly the year of these. This is copyright date 1991. This particular variation of the F40 has been available since 1989. And then I think it was released throughout until 91. I'm not really sure exactly, but so this is one of the more common ones. You're going to have Ultra Hot Wheels. It's red with F40 on the sides, Ferrari F40 on the front. So we're going to go ahead and zoom into it a bit, and then we're going to open it up. So now a lot of these cars are going to look pretty much the same in this video. That's a nice little blister pull there. Glad to have a mint one of these loose. And looks pretty cool. So you got tan interior, metal base, metal body. Of course, the back opens and shuts. This one shuts okay. Still got quite a bit of gap going on, which all of these really do. That's the one unfortunate thing about this casting, is that gap. Kind of wish that they would have kept it closed. So, but it does look pretty good. So it's a Ferrari F40, one of the coolest cars in existence ever. And there it is. So that is the earliest one we're going to look at. And I think the debut of it was this exact tempo scheme. So there's that. And then we're going to continue on with the same kind of scheme. This one has gold basic wheels. This one I believe is from 1994. Actually, the next 3 I think we're going to look at are from 1994. Again, I could be wrong. I'm just going off a Hot Wheels wiki. So that's about the only resource I got for it. I didn't look at the old South Texas Diecast site, which, by the way, there is a way to look at the old site. Shout out to Jimmy Mitchell. Don't know where you're at, buddy, but should come back and make some videos. All right, so, of course, this one's the same. Metal base, metal body. It's exactly the same, actually, as this one. The only difference is the wheels. It's got gold basic wheels. We're going to leave that out with this one. And next one, hey, what do you know? Same tempo scheme, different wheels. And I think this came out in 94 as well. And here it is with gold Ultra Hot Wheels. Back opens, same tempo scheme. Pretty much the exact same car, with the exception, of course, of the wheels. So looks pretty good with gold wheels. I do like the gold with the red. I think it does look pretty nice in comparison to the chrome. And then we got another gold wheel one. This is like the 3-spoke saw blade and the 3-spoke wheels, whatever they are. And one of those ugly early 90s wheels that I don't think anybody is really a fan of. But it's a variation of the F40, so I gotta have it. Fingerprint in the paint, it looks like, right there. It looks okay. Those wheels are crazy. Again, same tempo scheme, of course, same interior color. Everything is the same, with the exception of the wheels. And actually, there's one more that is identical to it. This one here. This one came out quite a few years later, I think. I think this one was 97, so maybe 3 years later. I'll go ahead and open that up. And here is your Ferrari F40. It's definitely some... What is that that's on there? Maybe that'll buff out. I don't know. But here this one is. Good roller. Back opens, of course. This one shuts kind of different than the others. But again, same sort of thing going on here, exactly the same, except for the wheels. So there's your first 5 cars, and they're pretty much exactly the same as each other. Exact same tempo scheme, everything, just the wheels are different. So gold, 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 and chrome. Which one do you think is the best? What are the best looking out of these? It's hard to say because all the wheel choices are not that great. This one actually, I don't know, whatever. It looks kind of good for the 3-spoke wheels. I don't know. I almost want to say that this one does, and I'm not a big fan of these wheels at all. But I think it's out of all of them, this might look the best. This, of course, is the most nostalgic for me because this came out when I was a kid. And I definitely had versions of it. I still have them. They're played with condition of this. But maybe that one. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I would say actually probably a toss-up between this one and this one for best looking variation. All right, so that's those 5. And then we got 4 more to look at here. Again, we're going to do wheel variation. So this is 96. This has got the 7-spoke wheels, which aren't, as far as I can tell, not a very common wheel choice for Hot Wheels. I don't think it was used very much. You definitely don't see it nowadays. Which I don't know. I mean, they're not that bad of a wheel. I mean, they look okay. This one's just white Ferrari logo. Same all-metal construction. A very tinted windshield, but it does have a tan interior. And then this one is the basic wheel 5-spoke variation of that. Got some weird packaging rub on the roof of the car. It's blue. I don't know if I'll ever be able to rub that off or not. Either way, whatever. It's an example of the casting. And here it is with basic wheels. Same deal. It is kind of a pearl white. And metal body, metal base. This one's got basic wheels. This one's got the 7-spokes. I think out of these two, I definitely think the 7-spoke one is cooler. Something is up with the paint on this one. It almost looks discolored on the back portion here. And of course you got like a little like flea bite thing going on right there, and then some weird, I don't know, packaging rub or something up at the top. So that's kind of disappointing with this one, but whatever, it's an example of it. And there it is. All right, and then we got 2 more Hot Wheels F40s. We got this yellow one here. This yellow one is from 2000. And it's got basic wheels, and it's yellow. It's got kind of a more realistic Ferrari logo on the front. Still metal on metal. The gap just gets worse and worse, though, as this casting goes on in the years. Something with the tooling. And see how bad that is? That does not shut right at all. And that is the really unfortunate thing about this casting. The only reason why I collect it really is because I loved this car when I was a child, and just still remember it and still remember having this car in my collection. So that's why I kind of like, I'd like to have all of them. And it's not that difficult of a casting to kind of get all of them until you get into like speed machines, because there was a speed machines variation, and I think those are pretty tough. Those ones I don't have. Or Ferrari Racers, that's what I think they were. So here's another one. Here's the last F40. This is from 2001. Not the last time this has been seen. They do nowadays, if you ever see them, if they ever do release it again, it's going to have this closed back. This will not be here anymore. They did retool it without an opening rear. So, again, the same Ferrari logo as this one. Metal flake blue. Lots of gap in the back. Does not quite shut. And whatever, it's pretty cool still. Glad to have that variation. So that's our 9 actually Ferrari F40s. And then the last one we're going to take a look at is a Matchbox. So this is just so I can compare the casting. This is 75 challenge, one of 10,000. They only made 10,000 of these, huh? We're going to open it up. This was a semi-premium Matchbox line, I believe. Not quite a main line. This is number 24, I guess, out of 75. Copyright date of 1996, so we'll say 97 as a possible release date. Here's a quick look at the box. Crispy. Here's a look at the casting. And, all right, it looks good. This one does have a plastic base. It's made in Thailand. Plastic base, metal body, copyright date 1988. It is in 159 scale, so it's a little large. It does have some suspension. I always thought this casting did look good. I like that the back doesn't open. It's shut, so we don't have that big gap going on. We don't have any issues with that. There are some versions of this car that are a lot more detailed, that actually have detail in the motor in the back, so you can actually see that. This one is very basic. It's just gold. The only thing I didn't like about this casting, well, one, these wheels. These wheels are crazy ugly. And the other thing is the wheel wells, or the fenders, the wheel arches, I should say, right? Those just don't look good, and they don't look great on any of these. Something, I don't know, something with the line there doesn't look right. Right? I mean, it should be just, on the Hot Wheels casting, you see it's just a perfect kind of like partial circle. This has got some weird, like, angles to it, which is not correct for the vehicle, as far as I know. And the back is a little weird too, the back wheel arch, and it's the same kind of on both sides, so yeah, it's not quite the same. It's a little different, actually. And I think they all kind of have that issue, so that's a weird tooling thing going on with it. The other thing that's kind of neat about this casting is it does have kind of lens detail in the front. It's part of the windscreen. You do have little bits of plastic right up here that is part of the same piece, so that is cool. This one you just get bits of metal from the base, which still looks pretty cool. But I don't know. Let me know, what do you think looks better? Who do you think did it better? Do you think Matchbox did it better, or do you think Hot Wheels did it better? I wish there was a kind of a hybrid version between the two. I think the Hot Wheels stance is better, and overall I think looks better, except for this awful gap in the back. Otherwise the Matchbox looks great, except for these wheel arches. And that's about all I can say about it. So that's going to be it for this 10-Car Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed this quick F40 10-Car Tuesday episode. And tune in again to the other ones. And there is a playlist down in the description of the video. If you like this video, please watch the other 10-Car Tuesdays. You can watch other videos. There's other playlists. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And enjoy your day.